Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm East Coast Pete. Welcome to my show, Mid-Rock Crisis. The show tries to save rock, one band at a time. Today we're going to talk about Marc Bolin, TRex. Marc Bolin was a singer-songwriter, guitarist for the Glam band TRex. In 1967, Bolin began as lead guitarist for John's Children, but that band didn't go so well. Bolin then paired with Steve Peregrine Took to form a duo by the name of Tyrannosaurus Rex. It was just acoustic guitar, bongos, and other Tookish percussion. It produced 4 psychedelic folk albums. And this is all before we got to know Marc Bolin as an electric guitar player. First album is called My People Were Fair, ... and Surprise. It's a great album. It's pretty damn listenable. All the elements of greatness are already in place. Wind in the Willows meets Hare Krishna. Sometimes more chanting than singing. Psychedelic scat. Uniform's second album. Prophets, Seeds and Sages, The Angels of the Ages. And they came out with Beard of Stars. Now, the hippies in the London underground scene took and Bolin, who also enjoyed moderate radio success at this time, took to the underground scene, but Bolin preferred a quiet life composing poetry. Took book to Twink and Think Pink. Bolin hired Mickey Finn to knock out Took, but he wasn't as talented as Took, but Finn helped to finish off Tyrannosaurus Rex's 4th album, A Beard of Stars. The new duo released King of the Rumbling Spires, a breakthrough of sorts. The new sound was less folk, more pop. Bassist Steve Curry and drummer Bill Legend joined. Teens were replacing hippies in the audience, and Bolin traded his acoustic for an electric. He also shortened the band's name to TRex. It still had nothing whatsoever to do with dinosaurs. A single Ride a White Swan played at a show. A lady friend applied 2 small gobs of glitter under each of Bolin's eyes, and glam rock was born. Now, glam rock is a new genre then of rock that might include bubblegum pop, 50s rock and roll, sci-fi themes, art rock, and cabaret. Wild attire and platform shoes joined the glitter makeup and shag hairstyles for both sexes. As a matter of fact, camp and androgyny were also in vogue. Glitter is a more extreme form of glam rock. Camp means something appealing because of bad taste, and androgyny is male and female ambiguity, as in, is that a boy or a girl? Yeah, back in the 70s, they could still ask a question like that, not getting too much trouble. The glam period was generally from 1971 to 1975. Glam rock bands were David Bowie, Freddie Mercury and Queen, Mott the Hoople, Sweet, Slade, Elton John, Roxy Music, and Gary Glitter, all from the UK. US glam was less prevalent. Alice Cooper and Lou Reed had hits. New York Dolls and Iggy Pop glammed up for a while, but as the genre declined, it would morph into punk, glam metal, new romantics, and death rock. And last but not least, goth. From 70 to 73, TRex rivaled the Beatles in popularity. 4 #1 singles, Hot Love, Get It On, Telegram Sam, and Metal Girl launched TRex to superstardom. '71, the album Electric Warrior is considered their best. It pioneered glam rock in the UK, and the hippies, former fans, felt that Bolin was a sellout. Bolin had also opted for a more overtly sexual lyrical style and look. TRex was the new Beatlemania. Get It On charted in the top 10 US. Fly Records released the single Jeepster without Bolin's permission. Resulted in Bolin dancing his way over to EMI. And Ringo Starr filmed T-Rex for an Apple movie. It combined footage with Elton John in costume, surfacing as Born to Boogie. The film was loved by fans but hated by critics. '72 Slider saw success in the US. Albums Tanks and 20th Century Boy were also successful. '74 saw Zinc Alloy and The Hidden Riders of Tomorrow. That went to number 12 in the UK. Further on, Zinc Alloy was not a success in the US, and Warner buried T-Rex. Bill Legend bailed, but followed by Mickey Finn. Next song, Zip Gun Boogie, was a flop. '75 Bolin's Zip Gun album was a harsher, more futuristic sound. Zinc Alloy was released in the US as Light of Love. Bolin was accused of copying Ziggy Stardust, but I think this was salacious. High tax rates drove Bolin into exile in Monte Carlo in the US. The press ridiculed Bolin for gaining weight because he had given up vegetarianism. In '76, Futuristic Dragonaut, he only surfaced at number 50. But singles New York City and Dreamy Lady charted. In '77, Dandy in the Underground was released to critical acclaim, and Bolin had slimmed down, resuming his Elvin look. Bolin toured with the Damned. Bolin and friend Gloria Jones were dining and drinking at a speakeasy in central London. On the way home, Jones crashed Bolin's purple Mini GT into a tree after failing to navigate beyond a small humpback bridge a few miles from home. Jones was injured, but Marc Bolin died just 2 weeks until his 30th birthday. Joey Ramone was a big fan of Bolin's. REM and the Pixies guitarist Joey Santiago were also fans, as was Kate Bush. David Bowie's All the Young Dudes, the Ramones' Do You Remember Rock and Roll Radio, and the Who's You Better You Bet all referenced Bolin. Let's go back to a discography back in time. '68, My people were fair and had sky in their hair, but now they're content to wear stars on their brows. What a great album. Really, really listenable. Go listen if you can. Next album was Unicorn, Slight Step Down. In '69, Prophets, Seers and Sages, another slight step down. In '70, A Beard of Stars. This is when he began his electric adventure. Then in 1970, the album T-Rex came out, and it was fantastic. And the follow-up Electric Warrior was an A+. Bangagon, Jeepster. '72, The Slider, and Metal Guru, Rock On, and Telegram Sam. '73, Tanks, The Tenement Lady, Rapids. This was shock rock. '74, Zinc Alloy, single Explosive Mouth. And '75, Zip Gun, the album. And the single Solid Baby. This was not real good. 76 Futuristic Dragon, I wasn't too sure about this one either. And 77 Dandy in the Underground, maybe a little better. But then he came out with an acoustic album, just him and guitar, called Acoustic Warrior. It's just Marc and guitar, up close and personal. Here's the songs: 20th Century Toy, Get It On, Metal Guru, Spaceball Ricochet, Telegram Sam, Eat Jeepster, Mystic Lady, The Slider, Seagull Woman, D. Bora, Main Man, Cosmic Danger, Ballrooms of Mars, Laser Love, Girl, and Down Home Lady. And what if this was Marc Bolin's best album? The vocals were absolutely superb. Sparse arrangements, just like the good old days in the duo. Also had some sparse cello string quartets as lead instrument, very gentle and mild. Had some slide guitar on Slider. And one more album, Marc Bolin's Prehistoric, comprised of his work in 66 and 67. The book came out, Warlock of Love, featuring Marc Bolin's poetry. And guess what? Marc did not do dope. Maybe a little coke. Just a little bit. Jeepster came from Howlin' Wolf. I didn't know that. Like I said before, TRex was bigger than the Beatles in the UK for some time. Ringo Starr directed Born to Boogie movie, but I'm sorry to say it bombed. It's like a Marc Bolin in Pepperland kind of thing. Pepperland had kind of played out in the 60s. This movie was nothing like Yellow Submarine, folks. When Marc Bolin died, it really shook a lot of people up in the UK. Maybe not so much here in the US, but I certainly missed him. I mean, I first heard Electric Warrior many years later, and I had a Jeep Liberty. I put a Marc Bolin logo in gold paint on the back and the spare tire cover. Just saw me tooling around in a gray Jeep in North Jersey at that time. The Jeepster on the back. People would stop me and say, "I like your logo, where'd you get that?" And I actually painted it on there myself. A lot of people thought it was Jimmy Page, but it wasn't Jimmy Page, it was Marc Bolin. Miss him. You should listen to his stuff. It doesn't get old. Amazing man. Amazing music. An amazing time. Thanks everybody for being with me on my Mid-Rock Crisis show. And I hope you hit like if you're subscribed to YouTube, and hit the bell if you want to hear about some new shows coming up. I've got some real special ones coming up real soon. Thanks again for being with me. See you next time.